Hello, and welcome to today's speaker card reading. Today's topic is how do men describe you to their friends? For that, as usual, we have three piles. Pile number one, Justice. Pile number two, Queen of Wands. Pile number three, Hierophant. Guys, if you like my content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Now, let's get started. Hello, Pile One. Let's see how do men describe you to their friends, starting with the Astrodice, of course. Okay. Strength, fortitude, Leo, Scorpio. Men describe you as someone who is strong, resilient, someone who is dependable, someone who is a little mysterious, very hard to decode, someone who is a go getter, a charmer, a very visible personality. Your personality is just awesome. You know what? Men really describe you as somebody who can easily get a lot of attention without even trying. Someone who is very graceful, someone who is very charming, who is very desirable. You are described by men as very, very desirable. You are the architect of your own destiny. You are a very strong, self made kind of a person. How do men describe you to their friends? As someone who is ambitious, someone ambitious, determined. Ace of Swords, you have really created a pathway for your own self in this lifetime. You guys are the kind of people who have created a pathway. Literally, it's through your own work. Life has given you this red carpet because you are extremely capable of that. You are reaping the benefits of the seeds that you have sown in the past. That is something I can see. You are one of its kind. You're being described as, oh my god, Nine of Pet. It's one of the prettiest cards. You're walking in a phase, in the right path of abundance, of success. They describe you as someone whose life is very fulfilling, whose life is very, like, you guys are, your life experiences are, as far as men around you are concerned, is very gratifying. You guys are, they think of you as someone who is abundant, someone who is successful, someone who is working on the right, and for their work, they are, you guys are getting a lot of recognition, reward. So you are on the right path in your life. That's how you will be described. Someone who has not lost their way in life. The Magician. You have everything you need to do anything you want. Literally, you are the alchemist of your own destiny. You are the alchemist and the magicians of your own destiny. Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Exactly. You guys are the kind of people who have managed to transform your own self into someone, transform and have really changed yourself into a person who is unrecognizable today, who is completely unrecognizable, someone who do not really have a lot of, like, you have managed to become a more badass version, no nonsense, unapologetic badass version of yourself. Unleash the wild within. You guys are the kind of people like Scorpio, a lot of Scorpio. You guys are basically lone wolves till someone decides to mess with you. If someone messes with you, you can literally rip them apart. Men describe you as somebody who is slightly intimidating, very attractive, very charming. There's something very bewitching, mm, a little dark, a little alluring about you, very magnetic, charming, magnetic. That's how men would describe you to their friends. Polar bear, stand up for yourself and speak the truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. You guys are the kind of people who are not afraid to stand up and speak their mind. You are the kind of people who respectfully speaks their mind, and you speak your truth, you speak your mind no matter what. That's how men would describe you. Bore. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage. You would emerge victorious. Literally, you guys are seen as those people who are not afraid to take on anybody. You have a lot of faith in your own abilities. You guys are seen as early achievers, not late bloomers, actually early bloomers, early achievers who have faced all of their problems head on. You are not afraid to face any of your problems. You face them head on and have moved on with a lot of confidence and courage towards your goals. You guys are seen as one of its kind. Your potential, you have a lot of potential. How men describe you as to their friends is someone who can really do a lot of things, literally get a lot of things done anyways. Very independent, very self-reliant, very independent, very dependable kind of a person. Aquarius, show the world the real you. You guys have managed to show the world who you truly are, what you're truly capable of being. You guys are one of its kind. You are the kind of people who are truly showing the world what you are actually capable of, and what you're capable of doing and achieving in life. Elk, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect you deserve. Exactly. You guys are also very, very dignified. You guys are the kind of people who are very dignified, who are very, you have that mindset that you are very respectful. Sorry, very respectful, also very respectable. Someone who has the courage to stand tall with their backbone strong and straight. You do not bow down in front of others. That is something, that's how men would describe you, that this is a person who do not believe in bowing down to others. They really believe in keeping their back straight and walking with their straight back, and not with like a hunched back in a way. Have faith in your dreams. You have a lot of faith in your dreams. You are the kind of people who have managed to turn their dreams into reality. You have that gumption, the potential, and the courage to talk about your dreams, to have faith, even when people would probably just make fun of you if you talked about your dreams. I'm seeing like men describe you as somebody, they believed in themselves, and that's why they became who they are. That's how men would describe you as someone who is very much like a dreamer, having a lot of faith in their abilities, in their own abilities, and in their dreams. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. You guys have really managed to face your fears and desires no matter what. Justice, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. You guys are very leveled, very balanced. You guys are very honest and truthful people. You know what to say, and you are not afraid to speak your mind no matter what. All right, guys. I hope you've got some clarity. If yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, hello, pile two. Let's see, how do men describe you to their friends, starting with the astrodice, of course. Oh God. Virgo, believe, become. Aquarius. Oh, sorry. So, oh God. Okay, so also Taurus came out. Sorry, it just jumped out. So, believe, become, Taurus, Virgo, and also Aquarius, I think. Aquarius. This came out earlier. So, okay. So, you guys are a lot of earth and air signs, someone who has a lot of faith in their abilities, someone who is very down to earth, very nose to the grindstone, disciplined, routine oriented person, someone who never had anything handed down to them. Everything that you have today are things that you have earned yourself, things that you had to gift yourself or you had to earn yourself with your own hard work. You guys are very hardworking, very disciplined. With your discipline, you started from the bottom of the ladder and moved your way up. That's how men describe you as. Two of wands. You've come a long way in life. You hold the keys to your destiny. You guys are the kind of people who have literally come a very long way in their life. You have literally created a place, a space for your own self. Okay. Ace of Swords, look at you. You're bursting with sparkly new ideas. You guys are one of its kind. You guys are the kind of people who have literally, you are one of its kind of a person. You have really, um, you have a lot of new ideas. You're a very out of the box, you're very hardworking, very out of the box thinker, very interesting people, very independent, very strong, resilient, persevering, and interesting people. Replace your self doubt with self confidence. Queen of Wands. Exactly. You guys are the kind of people you'll be described by men as somebody who used to be very doubtful, who used to suffer from a lot of procrastination and imposter syndrome. But today you have become way more self reliant, way more self confident, and this confidence has come after a long time in life. This is a confidence that has not come easily in your life. That is something that men also notice. Gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. You guys are the other kind of people who do not need others to fix. I'm seeing literally you grew up being pretty timid, lacking in confidence, being told like what you should be doing with your life and this, that, look at them, how good they are, this, that. And I'm seeing that self doubt, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not deserving of it. That kind of a thing was a constant uh, it was your constant companion until it wasn't, until when you realize that, you know what, I don't need to do all of this, I don't deserve all of this, rather I would be my best possible self and try and fix myself as much as I can and try and be the best possible version of myself, of my own self. That is something I can see in a lot of you. Six of Wands. You're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. Men describe you as somebody whom other people tend to look up to. Your journey to success has been a very rocky, topsy turvy, of course. Death card. You guys have been through a lot in life to reach where you have. The death and the world, literally I'm seeing a complete regeneration and leveling up. A lot of you had to go through multiple tower moments and uh, moments of uh, soul searching, looking inwards, where you had to literally go inwards in order for you to even realize what was going wrong. And literally I'm getting a lot of regeneration vibes, a lot of leveling up. You guys have literally managed to level up in your life. The wheels of fortune, the wheels of fortune has turned in your favor. It's the wheels of fortune which has turned your destiny, like you have turned your destiny in into something which is awesome with your own hard work. Like men really describe you as someone who has been the alchemist of their own destiny, someone who literally have worked so hard that even things that a lot of people thought that you will never be able to have, those things you can have today. You guys are resplendent in your own glory. You guys are literally shining brightly. You guys are You guys have become one of its kind of people, someone who is shining brightly, someone who literally are very much their own person today. Okay. King of Pentacles. True success isn't just about money, it's about happiness too. You know what I'm seeing? A lot of you are self employed. You are very autonomous, someone who do not really. Your benchmarks are created by you. You do not really conform to those benchmarks created by society, like getting married by 25, having kids by 30, having a retirement by 50, 45. No, you guys are the kind of people who, I'm seeing a lot of you are actually late bloomers. That's how you will be described. Someone who is discovering and rediscovering their own self and own worth in their 30s and 40s. A lot of you are that way. Nine of Wands, it would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. You guys are seen as indefeatable. You guys are seen as those people who cannot be defeated by others. You guys are the kind of people who literally life has tried to break you in any form and manner, in every form and manner, but it couldn't. That's how men will describe indefeatable. Someone who literally never gave up. That's why they are where they, you do not lose when you just lose a match, but you literally lose when you give up. You never gave up. That's how, like, somebody, they describe you as somebody who refused to give up in life. Five of Pentacles, nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. Literally, you guys are seen as those people. You know what, you have been through a phase in life where you felt like everything was hopeless. Life was probably just not worth it. From there, you guys have managed to turn your life around for better. You guys have literally uh, managed to make things better for yourself. You are a person who was never, like, there was a time when you felt completely hopeless. You just felt completely like giving up in life. From there, you have managed to, like, today when you look back, see the way in which she's looking back. Things were dark, things were gloomy, but you have fought them. Once you are out of that cave, you just feel like, once you're inside that cave, you feel like maybe I'll never be able to get out of this situation. But once you manage to come out, your perspective changes. That's exactly like, you guys have, in spite of facing everything, you have still, you are not cynical about life. You have a positive outlook about life even after all of it. That's how men would describe you. Like, in spite of facing so much, a lot of you literally felt hopeless, but even then, you haven't given up. Actually, you have managed to use that suffering to climb up the ladder of society. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Emperor, you guys are also very responsible, very reliable, extremely dependable kind of a person. That's how you'll be described. King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Exactly. You are the kind of people who always tend to compose themselves. You are the kind of people who are very calm. You do not react. You are not the reactive type. You would rather, like, instead of reacting, you, like, people can't trigger you. I'm seeing you guys tend to handle emergencies very well. People trying to trigger you, I mean, they are not even your match. You probably just laugh at them, laugh it off, and move on with your life. You guys are, you have that, like, instead of reacting, you try to answer and address a concern rather than reacting to triggering situations. I mean, triggering you is not that easy. That's something, that's how men would describe, like, somebody who is very sorted, having a very strong head over their shoulder. Alright, guys, I hope you've got some clarity. If yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, hello, pile three. Let's see how do men describe you to their friends. Starting with the Astrodice. Okay, Gemini. I can do anything. No self-imposed limitations. Of course, no self-imposed limitations. You guys are achievers, very confident, very social, gregarious, Aquarius. I'm seeing a lot of insecure men would describe you as somebody who is, they're so full of themselves, they are really arrogant. That's how they would also describe you as the world card. Oh my god, you guys have really, with your own efforts, you have changed, you have leveled up. I'm seeing, firstly, a lot of you, we are going through the phase of locking in, the season of locking in. You guys, I'm seeing a lot of you literally locked in and have managed to level up in your life. Literally, that is something I can see right off the bat. Very social, someone who is very like a social butterfly. You have the charm, charisma, and the power to enter a room and turn heads. You can turn heads and enter a room, and literally you have that command of like making yourself seen. You have no problem standing out. And I'm saying you tend to make a lot of men feel very insecure. For sure, you're very capable, very visible, very capable. Ace of Cups. Do you feel that in your heart? That's potential. You have a lot of potential. You are the kind of people who has a lot of potential about their own self. Ace of Wands. Don't you see how your passion makes you glow? Exactly. You are the kind of people who are very, very visible. You guys are seen. You'll be described as someone who's very passionate about their own life, passionate about what they do in life, someone who is one of its kind, anyways, someone who is very capable, someone who is very passionate, someone who has achieved a lot in life, someone who literally, you know what, a lot of you are very, you know positive, very optimistic. You're like that wild-eyed kid about life. Like you let life amaze you in every from. You'll believe in embracing life with your open arms. You're like that wide-eyed child, as I said. Summer, basking joy and light. Literally, I'm seeing men would describe you as somebody who is like beautiful, charming, vibrant, like a slice of sunshine. Literally, very, very, like your company is very exciting. You're a very affable persona, but you have a lot of admirers at the same time. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. You're very committed to your to whatever opportunity life throws at you, but at the same time, you are the kind of people, you are the kind of person who are very good at looking for those opportunities. So I'm seeing a lot of men might actually describe you as slightly opportunistic. Success, you're seen as a successful person or someone who is walking towards success and self actualization. Take time. You're very self reflective, very introspective, very self reflective. Do not seek anyone's approval. You do not seek other people's approval. You are very much your own person. You do not seek others' approval, for sure. Princess, you can be your own knight. You are your own knight in shining armor. You do not need others. You have become the kind of person, or you are the kind of person who do not give two hoots to the whole society what they say, because like society is talking about me because I'm worth it and because they are jealous. They are calling me arrogant because they cannot manipulate me, and that is true. You do not need others, others need you. That's how men would describe you. Wow, what an abundant opportunity. You guys are walking on a path of abundance and success. And literally, you are creating that path of abundance and success for your own self. Take control of your own narrative. Exactly. You guys are also seen as people who are very autonomous, people who cannot be controlled by others, who are very much like you are the kind of people who cannot be controlled by others. You are very much your own person who cannot be made into a puppet in other people's hand. Very autonomous, very opinionated, someone who has an opinions of their own, someone who has a lot of you are the kind of people who knows what their worth is, very worthy individual. I'm always enough. Do not doubt your worth. You do not doubt your worth 1 minute. I'm saying you guys are seen as those people who are very worthy, and you know that you're worthy. You do not sell yourself short. You are very acutely aware of your own self worth. That's how men describe you. That this is a person, and that's why a lot of people might call you arrogant, because they try to manipulate you and then they realize that they cannot manipulate you, they cannot use you or your naivety, so they start calling you arrogant instead. Slow down and celebrate yourself. You guys are the kind of people who tend to celebrate their own self, their own success. You guys are the kind of people who are not afraid, who have no problem celebrating their own self whatsoever. Queen of Swords, don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. You guys are the kind of people, a Queen of Swords is a very honest energy, someone who is very honest, someone who has achieved everything with their own hard work, someone who do not really, you do not believe in dimming your light in order to make someone else feel better. You are the kind of people who do not dim their life, who do not lower their voice in order to make someone else feel better. And that is a very significant thing about you. You are the kind who are very self-made, someone who can also be very sarcastic, very straight arrow kind of a person who doesn't, I mean, and unknowingly you probably end up hurting or insulting people because you are a straight talker. That is something I can see. Also, you can see right through people's manipulations. Manipulators tend to stay the heck away from you because they know their manipulations just won't work, and that's how men describe you as. You're also very entrepreneurial. I'm seeing a lot of you, you hold down your day job, at the same time you have a side hustle which you're working on, or maybe something like on social media which you're working on, and that is something that men really laud you on. Seven of Wands, you're very courageous, disciplined, dedicated, focused. These are the qualities I can see, like you'll be described as. Knight of Cups, romanticize the present moment every chance you get. Literally, you are the kind of people who have managed, who tend to literally romanticize their life. You are the kind of people who genuinely believes that one needs to live their life on their own terms, and one needs to literally um, live every moment. You believe in the fact that you only live once, so live it to the fullest. You are one of those people who are also very wise. See how wise this person is, way wiser beyond your age. That's how you'll be described by men to their friends. This is somebody who is way wiser beyond their age. You're being very highly thought of. Yeah, you know what I'm seeing? A lot of men also feel that you guys are way out of their league. Like literally, I'm seeing some of you were probably talking to somebody and suddenly that connection went off because literally that person thought that, you know what, this person is not in my league at all. Acts, forces working against you. You guys are the kind of people who are very you guys are the kind of people who are very um, very tough, someone who has had a lot of naysayers, a lot of detractors. You have a lot of gossip mills running. Like, you guys have a lot of people who are gossiping about you behind your back. I'm seeing a lot of men also gossip about you behind your back. Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. You are the kind of people who are very strong, resolute, someone who do not really back off. Once you decide on something, you follow through with it. You are also very stubborn in that sense, very obstinate, and very so having someone having very strong resolve. All right, guys, I hope you've got some clarity. If yes, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you. Namaste.